Considering the emotional, the physical, social, and spiritual areas that shapes a girl's foundation, it is important as a mom to start having vital conversations with your daughters before they become teenagers. Hi, my name is Queen, and you're welcome to Mom's Talk with Queen. I'll be sharing with you 10 valuable lessons, 10 valuable things your daughters need to know about before they become teenagers. Before I go ahead, I will indulge you to please subscribe on this channel, turn on your notification button. Promise you will be getting value, you'll be getting vital lessons to indulge, to engage your daughters with. So like I said, 10 lessons you'll be teaching your daughters before they become teenagers. Number 1, self-worth comes from within. Your daughters should know that their appearance, their achievements, whatever they see is not who they truly are. They should get their identity from who they are, their uniqueness, what makes them stand out, how kind they are. Those internal values are what truly defines your daughters. It's not their appearance, it's not what they can do, it's not how much mommy has, how much daddy has. No, your daughters should be able to know for certain that their identity comes from their character and their uniqueness. Number 2, understanding their bodies and even puberty. Before your daughters become teenagers, your daughters should be able to know every part of her body. Don't nickname her body parts. Don't say this is your bum bum, this is your boobs, don't as we nickname those body parts. No, you're not doing service to your daughter. Your daughters need to know exactly the names of their body parts. My breast, my vagina, my vulva, my womb. All parts of their body should be properly mentioned and explained to them. Then you teach them puberty. These days, girls get into puberty even before the boys. So you need to make your daughters understand what they should be expecting. Like menstruation, like the different changes that could occur in their bodies, her breast coming out. Sometimes, girls need to know that there are pains that comes along growing breasts. So when these pains comes, your daughters will be familiar with it. And some girls, some girls grow one breast before the other one. So your girls should know that, this part of my breast might grow faster than the other breast, or the two sizes of the breast are not the same. These things are very important to teach your daughters so they don't get, peer pressured. A girl, like I remember when I was in secondary school, I was actually pressured by some group of girls that I just liked the way they behaved. I liked the way they go together. And I felt I wanted to join their clique. And one of the girls asked me to stand up and raise my hand. I stood up and raised my hand. She touched my chest. There was no breast. They laughed. They said, you that don't even have breasts, you want to join our clique. If you must join our clique, you must have breasts. I felt bad for myself. I was like, why won't I have breasts at this stage of my life? I remember going home that day in the bathroom. I removed my clothes, stood in the mirror. I was looking at myself and I was crying. God, when will you give me breast? When will it became an issue to me? I was so bothered about having breast. But of course, my mom, as a dad, our parents didn't really have most of this knowledge. They didn't really teach us a lot. My mom hadn't taught me some of these things. Even when I started menstruating as a young girl, I just, learned it in church. Yes, I learned most of these things in church. If she probably had taught me, okay, that some girls' breast comes faster than other girls' breast, all those kind of, identity conversations, I just would have been well equipped. So now that I know what I know, I'm teaching my daughter, who is still a young girl, all those things she should expect. Like sometimes you can even start menstruating without having breasts. And some girls grow bigger breasts, then some have smaller breasts. These conversations are very, very important. These conversations you can be having it with her when she's taking a bath, when people are just cooking, when people are doing one thing or the other. But you definitely need to have these conversations with them. Number 3 is the power to say no. Teach her that it's okay to say no. And mommies, when your daughters tell you no, don't get offended. Why will you tell me no? You're being very disrespectful. At my time, I never told my mom no. I never told my dad no. That was your time. These days, children have changed. There's a lot of crime everywhere. See, school teaches your children, those educational things like all those mathematics, how to solve this one, how to solve this one. But you see, life lessons are learned in the house. You teach your children life lessons. Your daughter should be able to stand boldly and say no to what she does not like. See, if she's unable to say no in the house, she will not be able to say no outside though. And of course, you know what that means. Everything goes for her. So she should firmly say no to what she's not okay about. And whenever she tells you no, instead ask her why she's saying no. She has the right to explain to you. She just might not be comfortable with that thing. And again, teach her how to say no with wisdom. It's not for anything she just says no, 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 no. You should be able to explain to her the things she should say no to, why she should say no to those things. Not when you ask her to do something, she say, Mommy, I don't want to do it. Just because I say you should teach your children or not get offended when they say no. There is a thin line between being disobedient and having life lessons. So please learn these things and teach your children. Then number 4, choosing friends wisely. You know this thing they say, birds of the same feather flock together. Your children should know the characters of the kind of person they want to associate themselves with. Because your association is very, very important. Who you behold, you become. Who you're always around with, you become. My second son, who is still in primary school, he has this boy that is his friend. Both of them, they are chubby children. This boy, every time I see this boy, there's a pattern, there's a way he keeps his face. He just sets his face that particular way. Over time, I started seeing my son behaving like that. Each time you tell my son a certain thing, he keeps his face like that, and I start seeing that his friend. He doesn't even know he's doing that. It goes to show that who they are with, they start becoming like them. They start almost behaving like them, talking like them, doing things that they have gotten from those people unknown to them. So please teach them how to make wise friendship. You shouldn't make friends with somebody who doesn't have your interest, who probably isn't raised the way you're raised, whose belief is completely different from what you believe. You're telling your child, okay, just like these things I'm putting out to you to engage your daughters with. These other girls, their parents have never told them about it. In fact, their views about it is completely different. Even what they hear in church is different from what you're teaching your children. Your children should be able, to know how to make their friends. Yes, choose your friends and choose friends that respect them. They too should also be respectful to other people. Number 5, social media and self-image. Help her to develop healthy relationships on social media. Yes, remind her not to compare herself with people. She should not compare herself with people. Some of them get some role models. They make their role models based off of how the lady looks, how the lady wears her clothes, the kind of surgeries she has done. You see a girl telling you, Mommy, when I grow up, I'll do surgery here, I'll do surgery here. A girl that doesn't even understand anything. It's because that's the person they are always engaging themselves with. This is the person they are seeing. So let her understand self-worth, and also what to view online and what not to view online. Your daughters are not expected to view every and anything. Everything should not go for your daughters. These are the important discussions you should be having with your children. Then number 6, emotional intelligence. Yes, guide her to understand and express her feelings in a healthy way. She should be able to name each feelings and express them in a healthy way. They should also grow with empathy. Teach your children how to be empathic. They should show concern for life other than things. Something happens, a girl is showing concern for just the object, not human life. These lessons are learned from the home. How she takes care of her younger ones. Your younger one is crying, and instead of you showing concern, wanting to know what probably would have happened, you're just, that serves you right. That serves you right. My daughter used to do that. I had to, take the time to teach her that was a bad attitude. You don't do that. Even if the person has done something so bad, don't be so happy to see people go through pains. These are the valuable lessons you should be teaching your children. They're life skills. Don't tell me that your daughter, who is 8 years, has never washed plates. She doesn't know how to wash her pants. She doesn't know how to wash even her singlets. This thing we do, yes, life is comfortable, so you want to have so many house assistants. You're having this house assistant, you're training other people's children and leaving your own child just like that. Because you have the money to employ up to 10 house help. So you don't see the need why your daughter should know how, before she becomes a teenager, how to wash plates, at least, how to even boil water or make gari, our local food in this part of the country we come from, or even boil white rice, or even boil yam. Before your daughter becomes a teenager, she should even know how to cook. Then teach her personal hygiene, how to brush her teeth, how to brush her tongue. You see a small girl that is just 12, 10 years. When she opens her teeth, you're seeing so many cavities, so many black things in between. Mommies, where have you been? Where exactly have you been? You should teach your daughters how to brush their teeth, the areas to put their brushes and brush their teeth, how to brush their tongue. Don't forget, it's the tongue that smells. It's the tongue that really smells. So she should lay emphasis on her tongue and make sure her tongue is clean. Then again, wash her body, clean her armpit, and even her ears. Me, I've seen an adult. She's an adult woman, but each time I see her ears are always dirty. And I'm like, why would you just come and take your bath and you have never seen the need to clean your ears? I'm not talking of inside of the ears, or just around the ears. It doesn't really excite me seeing that kind of stuff. So you need to teach your daughters how to clean every part of her body, how to clean her ears. I just figure that most parents just leave their children, bathe by yourself. How they are bathing, you don't know. If they're even sponging themselves, you don't know. So please, these lessons are things, mommies, you should teach your children. Yes, teach your children modesty and confidence in appearance. Your daughters should be confident in their skin. Your daughters should be comfortable in their skin. See me, I have my natural hair. I'm not saying you should have your natural hair, but at least I can walk around with my hair just packed with normal weaving. You know, you don't feel the need to make up. You just go about. Your children should not gain their identity on, you need to put your eyelashes, you need to paint, you need to do this for people to see that you are truly beautiful. That's not the standard of beauty you should model to your children. Your children should be able to be confident in their skin. They are dark, and that's okay. They are fair, and that's okay. They are ebony color, and that's okay. That is how you have been created by God. You cannot teach God what to do. The person who did this phone knows all the ingredients to put in this phone to make this phone what it is, and we are using it. Same as they. God that created them knew exactly what he wanted them to look like, who he wanted them to become, and created them that way. So your children should learn how to be comfortable in their skin. Work with every sense of confidence. Talk about their dressing. I'm not an advocate of exposing your body. Your daughter is 12 years and she's wearing bomb shorts to go out with you. Bomb short that is completely short. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. But don't forget, as you're dressing them, they're also learning. So teach them how to cover their body. Teach them how to carry themselves. Then again, handling crushes and early attractions. Don't tell me that you as a mom, when you were younger, you didn't have crush. We all had crush. I was discussing with my children my crush when I was in primary school. Yes, I told them how much I liked this very boy who would always wear eyeglasses and had small eyes. The boy was very intelligent and he would always sit in front of the class. I so admired him because he was very intelligent, because he had eyeglasses, he was quiet, he wasn't talking anyhow. This made me like him. And because of that, I want to come to school every day. And every day I come to school, he must be in school. So I had this conversation with my children, and it was a very good laugh. So you don't make yourself, don't let your children feel as though you have never made any mistake. In fact, these things you're teaching them, you have never experienced it. We were once teenagers. We were once children. We had these experiences. They should understand that's part of life and that's part of growing. So let them know how to navigate their crushes, how to behave with their attraction. Yes. And they should have honest conversations with your daughter on romantic feelings. When they start having that tender kind of feelings towards a particular person, how they should go about it. So they don't start stalking the people that they feel they like. Unnatural things as crush, because crush is a natural occurrence. And when your children come telling you some of their personal experiences, don't overreact. Why did you do that? How could you do this? At my age? No, mommies. If your daughter come as much as telling you anything, that's the opportunity to guide her. She's telling you because she does not know. And there's this thing they call law of first mention. You see, who was the first person to educate your daughter on that particular topic, and you so pass the information with grace, sincerity, vulnerability. You were just so real to your daughter. You become her go-to whenever she has any, underlying questions. So please don't place yourself so high that your children cannot assess you. It's very important. Number 10, your faith, purpose, and identity. Your children should know the God that you serve. Whatever you believe in, before your daughters become teenagers, they should know what you believe and also believe that thing that you believe. Very important. They should know what their purpose is in life, so she can, walk confidently in who she is and what she believes. They cannot be easily swayed. People cannot just come and confuse them. See the Muslim children. A Muslim child knows he's a Muslim child and stands for what he or she believes. So if your child is a Christian, your child should exactly know he or she is a Christian and stand for that thing. For whatever your family is known for, your children should know. They should know this is what my family stands for. This is what we believe. This is what we disapprove of. These are the things we approve of. So even if you're not there, that will become a guide for them. So mommies, you see the aspect of training these children. Yes, daddies are there. But because these are girls, they are our daughters, they are like us. We've had some of the experiences that they have and we're still having. These conversations are best to have with you. So spend that time with your daughter. Engage her. I'm not saying you should be your daughter's friend. Your daughter should have their friends. You have your friend. But be a mother to your daughter. Because as a mother, you're a guider. Bible says, train up your child in the way he or she would go. When he or she is old, they will not depart from it. So you have the responsibility of training up, of guiding, of showing them the right path to take. So thank you very much. If you have watched this video up to this time, mommies, thank you so much. I'm sure you already have gotten value. So please, if you have anything to add, comment on this channel. Whatever video I post, I don't know it all. Like I said, I'll be sharing with you things I am doing, things I've made discoveries about, things I'm equally teaching my children too. So we'll learn together. So whatever thing you have, please put it on the comment button, turn on your notification button. Thank you so much for staying with me till now. Until I come your way next time. Bye-bye.